Hello, everybody, and welcome to ClassicWhoZone. We're here for Series 1, William Hartnell's Doctor, An Unearthly Child. Nice to see us all. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Make sure that you're still subscribed. I think we're now 9 or 11 away from 2,000 subscribers. So I just want to thank everybody over the last few years that has stuck with the channel, and to all the new people that have subscribed over the last couple of weeks. Ever since the RTD announcement, actually, I've noticed that me Twitter account has jumped in followers, and so has the YouTube channel. So it looks like there's some of those fans that disappeared that are coming back into the fandom, are finding the channel, and had someone send me a lovely message yesterday, say it was their first time listening to the channel and they had a great time. So it's nice to hear things like that. We'll keep going. Let's see if we can break the 2,000 barrier by Christmas. I know you say 11 by Christmas, we should get them, but YouTube with their monthly purge and stuff like that always ends up going back down. But let's see if we can actually make the 2,000 subscriber mark. That'll be absolutely fantastic. As I said, if you're already subscribed, make sure that you're still subscribed, because YouTube does their thing. They don't like when people like myself do well on YouTube, even though they should only think about the money that they make off me, but they don't. They like all YouTubers out there, if we say the wrong thing, we're censored and all of that rubbish. All of these forms and all you have to fill in to keep your YouTube channel going. It's ridiculous. I had to do my tax few weeks back, right? And before that, then we had to sign up to a new policies and all of this. You can't move an inch on this platform anymore. But there you go. Enough about that. Right, let's bring on our guests tonight for this panel. We've got the one and only Problem Being.
Hello.
We've got Real Super Doctor.
Hey, how you doing?
And we've got the one and only royalty on the channel, Queen Charlotte.
Hello.
Nice to see you all. Now, I have to get me Unearthly Child DVD ready. So, obviously, it's the Fourth Doctor. We're going to be doing all of his stories that are available to us. Then we move on to Patrick Troughton. But does anybody want to say a few words about the very first ever episode of Doctor Who?
Well, I think it was the most amazing task that Verity Lambert, Wallace Hussein and William Hartnell and the rest of the team had, because they had technical problems in the first pilot episode, of which we all know, that had to be reshot because there'd been too many errors in it and that, and it kind of upset Sidney Newman, and Sidney Newman says reshoot it all. And the second for the official Unearthly Child was probably the best one that they've ever actually done.
Anybody else on the panel while I find me DVD? Where is my DVD? I have this on DVD, so I don't have to go looking. Oh, it's on the table. There you go. See, I got it ready yesterday, so I have it here because I actually have the first 3 stories as a box set. It's called The Beginning box set.
I'm quite tempted to be subversive and watch the pilot episode at the same time as we watch and see I think I prefer the pilot.
I'm the same. I do prefer the pilot. I think I like William Hartnell's harshness in it.
Yeah, it's more
I
feisty and
like
mysterious.
that he's that grumpy, but obviously he was a bit too grumpy for Sydney and others out there. So
Yeah, no, it's interesting just to see. Obviously, this is the first
Yeah.
companion going into a Tardis. This is like there's so many stuff that becomes a staple later on, and it was interesting for me to watch that to sort of see the origins of a lot of the stuff we now see as part of the structure or as part of the template. And I think it's very interesting that the Doctor he's in it, but he's not like a big part of it. He's sort of you just get the introduction to the character and you get hints, but that's it. He's sort of a bit not background, but like I said, at the beginning it's basically Barbara and Ian. Like they're the main characters for like the first episode. So it's interesting to see it in that way as well.
what's going on here? The PlayStation is doing some mad shit. Oh, there you go. I was like, what's going on there? It's doing some mad crap.
Updating or something hilarious.
Yeah, but I look, we did this last year for the anniversary, and we did both the pilot and we did the aired version. And I remember saying at the time I did prefer the non-aired version, even though there was mistakes in it. I do like the way he portrayed the Doctor the first time round. Now I can understand why it was kind of when they seen it was frowned upon. Maybe it was back in those days. He was a bit too harsh for the kids. But
maybe I think he was. I think the scene where he meets Barbara and Ian in the junkyard, it's much more chilling. I think it's much more mysterious, and the third Doctor in the chat there is saying quite rightly that Susan is also a lot more alien.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
She has a very weird and I think Carolyn was playing that. You could see she very much got told that because she just and that's the mystery, isn't it? Like I said, the beginning part of this story is Barbara and Ian sort of saying that we've got this really intelligent girl, but she's just weird, and we don't know what to do with her. And then obviously you meet the Doctor later on.
Right, on my DVD, I have the pilot episode and obviously the other version, right? So
Oh dear.
this is the question. Do we just do two of them like we did last year just to fucking do a comparison again? And because it's only 20 minutes each, isn't it, for each? So, I mean, we're literally just doing an Unearthly Child, and then the next story next week is the Cave of Skulls, and obviously the Forest of Fear.
So what we actually watching? I'm confused because I watched all 4 parts today. Was I wrong doing that?
Oh, you watched all 4 parts?
Yeah.
Oh Jesus!
No, it's all right. No, I've watched them. It's fine. I obviously didn't click that. That's the way we're doing it. So I'll just make sure I watch part 1 with you. It's fine.
Well, then will we do the pilot and the original?
Yeah, I'm up for that.
Yeah,
What
why
does
not?
the chat say? Let us know.
Yeah, I reckon we do. I'm the boss anyway. It's my channel. I decide what we do, not the chat. So I reckon we do the pilot and then we do the other version. So I think the pilot is the unaired, isn't it? Or is that the original version? And then
No, the pilot's the unaired pilot, and then
Right.
then you've got the original
So
version.
that's what we'll do. Right. So we're going to start off with the pilot episode first. So without further ado, we'll get Charlotte to do the
Well,
count.
hold on, I got.
I need
Go
to
get
find
the
it.
pilot now.
Give it-
Oh, you need to find it. Oh.
Yeah, no, I've got it. It's just I just was
share
paused
the
at
link
the.
to Charlotte if you can, because
No, I'm on BritBox.
It's all right. I'll put it into Google. See what comes up. On
you
their
should be
pilot.
able to get
Hold
it.
on a minute.
You should be able to get the pilot episode. Actually, it was very readily available. I think, if I remember correctly, it
I can't
was.
spell.
I think you might have to put it in as an Unearthly Child unaired pilot.
Yeah, that's what I'm putting in now and seeing what comes up.
I put it in the private chat.
Yeah, see, I
you
can't
won't.
access stuff that way.
All right.
You can't access that site? I thought you could access that site.
Oh no, it's just if I do it off the private chat, it's probably going to boot me off the stream because
I can send you an email. I can send you a link in the email.
Right there.
No, I found it. Is it 35 minutes?
It's what?
Is it 35 minutes?
25 minutes and 6. So it might be slowed down, so you might want to speed that up. There's another link. Let me send you that one.
Oh no, 25.
There,
yeah,
25.
I found it. I knew I'd find it as long as I just needed a minute just to have a search through.
Right, you're sacked.
I know. If you sack me, you don't have any female representation. You can't do that.
Oh, well, I'm a misogynistic pig anyway. Apparently. Right, so if everybody has it, that's fantastic. PD with us.
Hello.
Just wrapping up over on the other side.
Right, let's do the countdown if everybody's ready. We're doing the unaired pilot episode first, and then we're doing the original airing. And the next week, then we'll do the 3 stories. Then the Cave of Skulls, the Forest of Fear, and the Firemaker. That's how we go.
We're starting again, PD. We're starting.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah,
you weren't here last weekend. That makes sense. You weren't here.
For the next few weeks and months, whatever, how long it takes to do Hartnell stories, will be all Hartnell stories, folks, and in order of appearance. Obviously, if they're available to us.
Okay.
We'll discuss when we get there whether we're going to do the telly snaps and stuff like that and actually do the whole lot.
Yeah.
As I said, we will discuss that.
Okay, buddy. It's your channel.
If everybody on the panel is ready now, please let me know.
Yeah, ready.
I'm ready.
Just booting up mine. Being slow as usual.
Right, well, hurry up.
There's always one.
Well, you don't want me to shout at my Blu-ray DVD player what I want to shout at my Blu-ray DVD player.
Oh.
Well, I don't know. Noel can have a few language words on his chat.
Yeah. Fuck up, you computer. Or I'll smash your fucking screen across someone's bleeding wall.
Yeah.
There you go. By the way, the Flux is coming.
Yeah.
Oh, don't get me started.
Please,
hit it with some solder.
Please. Please.
Before we start, right? Yesterday I did a video. Yesterday I did a live stream because all of the social media platforms concerning with BBC Studios got to do with Doctor Who had all disappeared. Well, they came back today, right? And all it was obviously John was right. They did put the new BBC logo in, right? But we got a 20-second video from Miss Whittaker herself. And the Flux is coming. And the Flux is dragging the aliens and everyone from to Liverpool. It's fucking great. 20 fucking seconds. They gave them
no, I'm sorry. It's 20 seconds of Whittaker shouting, trying to act.
And you got the companions in the background fiddling around with the console.
Yaz can drive the Tardis now, folks. Yaz knows how to use the Tardis. So does Dan by the looks of things. In this 20-second clip, right?
Karen's just gone out the window.
So can I just tell you, right? So the Merriam-Webster dictionary definition of the word flux is as follows.
Mm-hmm.
Definition of flux, entry 1 of 2. 1. A flowing of fluid from the body, such as diarrhea, dysentery.
Colon acid reflux.
2, a continuous moving on or passing by. I think we'll pass it by. 3, a continued flood, which is something we haven't had from Doctor Who for a while. It's just been nothing, been arid like a desert. 4, influx, change, fluctuation in a state of flux. The flux following the death of the Emperor.
Well, no, but even if you just take all that stuff out, Lee, like think about like that's the enemy then, from what I can tell from that 20 seconds. That's the big bad for the story. They're the big like things they're going to face at the end of it. And like the Flux, like really, like you can't say that with a straight face and not laugh.
You know what?
You come up with these names.
I don't give two Flux.
Yeah, and it's all
Explain
stuff
something,
used for
though.
soldering as well.
Explain something.
Based.
So, if you Google the doctor and you Google the Google search, every doctor comes up as the fugitive doctor.
What
Right.
still?
Except her, funnily enough.
Right, except for her. So I made the point yesterday, right? Now, it's not because I have insider information or anything like that, but what if RTD is not actually going to reboot or ignore the Timeless Children or the Timeless Child, but he's going to expand on it or expand on the fugitive doctors, because they're all fugitive doctors apparently, and Jodie Whittaker's doctor is just Dr. 13. So what William Hartnell is still the fourth doctor, but in this new era of Who, he's like the first fugitive doctor. So they're changing why he left Gallifrey, basically. He wanted to go. We know why he left Gallifrey, but maybe they're going to change it now. Maybe the doctor.
Yeah, but that doesn't match with what you got told. You got told he has to tie up loose ends.
But as I said, I'm still going to terrorize, and if it goes against me information, then it goes against me information. But I'm just thinking, why is this fugitive doctor all of a sudden? Listen, this happened a few days back, right? Okay, and then all of a sudden their social media accounts get taken down. I think it's all part of it. I don't think just the Flux video is part of it. I think the whole fugitive, you Google the thing, the fugitive doctor, I think it's all tied in. And then there's another thing where you get a phone number. You ring the phone number up apparently, and then it tells you to check a location on the map or something like that.
Oh, here we go again.
So there's something going on.
But like I said,
probably another Easter egg hunt.
But from that little thing, the Flux is like the villain name.
The Flux. So the villain should be a monster made of diarrhea and dysentery.
Oh, sorry, soldered together.
It'll be an ass. Right, Charlotte, do the countdown, love.
Solder joints are falling apart. Oh, it's the Flux.
Well, I'm doing countdown. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Going.
Whoa. I should have probably went into it for.
I like that crack of thunder.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot because I do be playing the computer, but I turned these earphones down so they're very fucking low. So hold on, whack it up there. There we go. The sound back in the day was really bad, wasn't it? When we consider like what we have now, and the Dolby bleeding decking and whatever it is now. And there it is. There's the famous scene, folks. There's the famous scene. The police officer. Oh, look at the Bobby.
Proper copper.
A proper copper back in the day, yeah. Wouldn't be afraid to give you a clout.
Yeah.
But cops were respected back then, They were respected back then. There was huge respect for the law. You didn't fuck with the law of the police or the law of the police. You never like in Ireland. I don't know what it was like in the UK, but if there was any family problems, right? You rang the local priest. You know?
Yeah, just an interesting thing. I've just looked at that Google thing to do with the fugitive doctors. And it's changed again. So I think this is just something.
That's what I mean.
It's a glitch.
You get me? It's in flux, so it's all part of this. I reckon what's happening.
I see.
I think what's happening here is he is actually Chris Chibnall himself is trying to fix the Timeless Children shit, and this is going about it. But I have to be honest, right? Of all the years I've been a fan of Doctor Who, right? And especially the way they've done it through New Who. The promotion for me has always been spot on, even under Stephen Moffat, right? And I see what they done, right, when they just announced a major announcement of a classic set. I think it was a classic set or
and this
Yeah.
old Tardis.
come out. And then they decide to close down all their social media accounts.
Yeah, it's a
Like,
Well, it's all tying in with the hacking thing, isn't it? Which is so 2000s. But
but this is what's interesting. I'm just looking at
Dan
the
was saying it's
cast.
a publicity stunt.
Yeah, I know
Sorry,
it is.
Charlotte.
just a
And the
gimmick.
well, they're looking at the
Gimmick,
cast one.
And Tennant is the fugitive doctor. This is what's interesting. Matt is fugitive doctor, and then below it is the 11th Doctor.
Yeah, but it
Jodie's
seems
the
really
13th
random,
Doctor.
dependent on, like, if you refresh it, it will all change again. So every time.
Yeah.
Capaldi's fugitive doctor and 12th Doctor. So some of them are getting their numbers back.
Yeah,
which
but
makes
it
me
changes
think-
every time you refresh it.
That's what I mean. It's in flux. Maybe this is all part of the thing that they're doing, but it's pathetic.
Well, whack some solder on it then.
I mean, it was so pathetic.
Whack some diarrhea on it. Oh wait, you have.
No.
It's
Already
so
done that.
pathetic that where's the doctor? Hashtag where's the doctor? Right? Only
Yeah, that was trending with 1,000 tweets yesterday.
Yeah,
Just
well-
1,000. So I reckon that was paid for. I don't believe it.
To give you an
Yeah.
update on that, because I was watching it all night. When I went to bed this morning, it had 3,000 tweets. Where's the doctor? Only 3,000 tweets. So obviously during the day, the people from our side of the pond would have been using that hashtag. And then as we were all down to bed, all the Americans would be getting up, and then they were using the hashtag. Only 3,000 people. Now, it trended 31,000 today, right? 31,000 today. Now, not the same hashtag. It differently because obviously they'd come out with the 20-second teaser. But this show is dead. It's dead. Whoever comes up with this idea is an effing idiot. You've just shot yourself in the
Cheap
foot.
publicity stunt, yeah.
Well, here's
Yeah, but it's
here's the
6,043
worst thing
now.
about it all. There's a date at the end of it. So if I'm guessing, right, they're premiering season 13 on Halloween night.
Yes.
Yeah, it said 31st.
When
Yeah.
kids go out with their mothers and fathers to trick and treat, they're going to put the first episode of Series 13 on the screen. Makes no sense whatsoever, right? If the ratings end up being low, that's the excuse that they already have in place. Oh, well, it was Halloween. Well, then why release it on Halloween, you idiots?
Yeah. Do you know why this has happened? I think it's because Chris Chibnall has actually been sniffing Flux.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, enough about that rubbish.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah.
Let's watch some proper Doctor Who.
Yes, good old classic.
What do? We ask her a few questions. We're teachers.
Old school teachers, not new school teachers that don't care.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Want to convert you.
Even when I was growing up, we teachers were very helpful, I have to be honest.
Yeah, they're approachable back then.
Yeah, now
Delusional. They are now. Present comment accepted, Charlotte.
I'm not saying anything.
I know. Present comment accepted. Oh. Deal with them at the end of the noughties, mate. Oh.
I just can't believe how bad Doctor Who has deteriorated since Chris Chibnall took it over.
Oh, I know.
I just can't believe.
It's like someone threw acid on it.
Yeah.
oh yeah, it's a Sunday. So Sunday is when he's sticking with the Sunday.
Oh, back to Sunday again.
Don't care, I won't be watching. I'll find something much more important to do on a Sunday.
Sunday nights are gonna get very busy here.
Oh yes.
Panel galore. And as I said, just to be fair, I'm only going to be bringing on people that are actually watching Series 13. There's no point to bringing it on if you're not going to watch it. Because like that, how can you be taken seriously, if you don't watch and then you come out with an opinion, oh shit, you can't really,
I'll watch it. I could do with a laugh.
I was going to say I'm watching it just so I can speak
but
on
it's
it
not
with any
funny.
sort of.
Funny,
No,
isn't
I know.
it?
Well, look, I watched it from series 11 onwards. We're on the home stretch now. I might as well look at one thing that people can't say about me is that I never, watched this era. I did. I
You're
watched the whole
dedicated,
lot.
of course.
I don't know why I did, but I did anyway. There you go.
Well, at least when we get annoyed with it, you go, "Oh, just regenerate already."
Well, she's doing some weird shit with paper.
Yeah,
she's
Tardis
twisting
console.
and hand movements
Tardis
and
console
everything as
with
well.
the kind of the abstract pattern and the logo.
Yeah,
She was drawing.
very clever.
Cameraman walking past the car.
Yeah, there's a lot of little mistakes in this one. Like the camera shots are very, very spontaneous. They're much more smoother in the next one. You'll see the door slam and open up later.
I can hear you, but imagine teachers following you, like, see where you're living on.
Yeah.
Oh, Alpha was in the chat.
Yeah,
He's saying,
I did in the private chat say Alpha. I don't know if nobody saw it then.
Oh, sorry. Thought you were in work. You can come on tomorrow, man. We've already started anyway, so.
Maybe just send him a Twitter message or something, just explaining.
well, do you want me to just send him the link?
Sure, we've already started. He can come on tomorrow. This Flux thing reminds me of the crack in the wall with Moffat.
Yeah. Cracking them all over again. It's a Doctor Who magic wand. It's going to fix everything.
Oh yeah, I had a teacher like that one time. Because I'm very good with Irish history. And we were having a debate about, I was reading this book, this historian, Irish historian wrote, and the teacher had gotten a couple of facts wrong. And of course, I couldn't help myself. I had to be the smart ass of the class. And we literally had a big debate.
Yeah, trip them over sometimes. Had a university lecturer asking me to help him with sound. That was interesting. Good friend of mine though, so can't laugh it up.
Is someone messing with buttons or something?
Banging keys.
I'm typing. Sorry. Give me a sec. I forget I have to mute myself when I do that.
Yeah, your microphone's currently attached to your device.
You're fired now. You're fired. That's it. Done. Fired.
It's all right. I've got a terrible camera anyway. Did you not know?
Yeah, someone started on you yesterday about that. Just walked in and Wendy had dealt with it. Okay, there you go.
Yeah, maybe you should leave it alone. Because if you don't, you're going to end up in time and space. Yeah, let's get it over with. Like, come on, you bunch of bleeding fucking weirdos following some girl off. I love Ian and Barbara though.
Well, it's lucky they found the Tardis, not a bunch of Cybermen. It wouldn't have ended well. You don't know what the Doctor's up to before this, though. You only see a little bit of it in Remembrance of the Daleks.
Yeah.
Love to see.
Well, I'm suspecting he was dealing with the Hand of Omega.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, even the music, it's
Oh, it's
very
creepy.
intense.
Oh.
Like, it does
Really
build up.
creepy.
Yeah. That's why they had to reshoot it, wasn't it? Because it was too dark.
But this is like almost. It has like almost a horror feel to it. Like
Yeah.
I don't know if it's because it's black and white as well, but there is definitely a sort of spooky sort of. The Doctor's almost seen as like this dangerous sort of villainous character almost.
Yeah.
Like, even those statues there, the heads, and
Yeah.
there's
Or
the
the
police
mattress
box.
springs, yeah.
It's a police box. What on earth is it doing here?
Well, it was the 1960s, mate, so you know what it's doing there.
It's alive.
Gordon's in there.
Brian Bless's birthday was.
Dave says, imagine if teachers today followed kids. How I know.
Get arrested.
They'd be arrested, man.
Or get a job with the BBC.
Even if the teacher was sincere, like, and was really, like, you know, worried about
Yeah.
kids' education, that wouldn't go down well.
Absolutely love the Hartnell TARDIS exterior.
Yeah.
Out there he is coughing. Oh.
He's got the coof. You can actually see him doing something different with the log. They completely cut out the next one. The torch that later became his sonic screwdriver.
He's thinking that.
Yeah. Well, Patrick Troughton's anyway.
In here, are you sure?
There's a lot of rushed cuts there, isn't there? Between
Yeah.
times.
So that pan was really bad. It went out of focus, went back into focus. Yeah.
Just checking me roast chicken, lads. I'm having roast chicken and stuffing.
Alright.
Yeah. Just checking me chicken. It's in
Trying to
the
do it
oven.
with Mass earlier, and it's just saying you just can't get a decent
I
teriyaki
know-
marinade off
I
the
know,
shelf.
like, the roast is tomorrow, but I actually prefer having it on a Saturday, to be quite honest with you. And Sunday, just eat shite all day, you know?
Are you turning Jewish? Have it on the Sabbath. Oh,
A nice bit of roast chicken.
yeah.
Not a
My
pizza.
mum's in Wales at the moment. My sister's in Wales and she's got the coof. Funny thing about it
She's
is,
okay.
yeah, I hope she's okay, but she's absolute clean freak. She works at HS, absolute clean freak. Keeps screaming and shouting, ranting rave about me getting the coof, and then she goes and gets it. I'm like, pot calling a kettle black there, I don't think. Yeah, but she should be okay.
And this is the start of the Doctor and Ian just butting heads.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Utterly being like two
Yeah.
alpha males trying to size each other up.
Yeah. I think you can tell it better in the next episode because it's a bit softer.
Hmm.
But you can't really tell it. Oh, you actually see the outside of TARDIS.
I love the police box doors. You can see the police box doors and the double doors.
Mm.
Yeah, they should have definitely kept that.
Yeah.
I think they had one prop, didn't they? So they had to. I love that. They should have kept that. So it makes the outer box look more of a disguise.
You can see the people walking behind them,
I
doors
know,
opening,
the shadows.
You got the skirting that's like off the ground.
No, I could see it. Yeah.
Yeah. So no wonder they reshot it all.
Yeah. Oh, had to.
Well, they had problems closing the
Boom.
doors as well, and of course that when they were doing this,
Yeah.
the sprinklers came on because it got too warm in
Too hot,
the studios.
You can see them actually holding the doors through the doors.
Yeah.
You know, you can see a hand up there.
Yeah.
It's gone down.
Yeah, I can see the hand.
Oh, jeez.
I think that's why they got rid of the outer TARDIS, so they couldn't shut the doors properly.
A shame because I think the performances are just.
Yeah, I like the
Yeah.
Darker Doctor. Reminds me a bit of Capaldi. You know, Capaldi's long after him. See, she made it up.
Yeah, that's canonized as much as the half human on the mother's side in the time.
Yeah, yeah. You do know where the half human on the mother's side comes from, though, don't you? Comes
What?
from the Leakley scripts, because that was going to be the whole looking for his father kind of thing.
Yeah. Oh,
It was all-
the Ulysses thing.
That's it, the Ulysses.
Yeah.
It was all from that. Oh, look at the crumpled bottom of the drape.
The Ulysses was actually because the Doctor was inspired by his father, because his father was a time traveler, and his TARDIS, seemingly enough, gets disguised as a police box in it.
Yeah.
And it did sound quite interesting.
Yeah.
But I think that Chris Chibnall took ideas from that, and that current abomination of TARDIS console room.
Yeah.
Yeah, and what I really like about this scene is Ian's the one that would be freaking out, and Barbara's not saying anything. I love that. That they didn't have both of them freaking out. They just had, obviously, Ian being the scientist here. You're seeing his rational mind trying to understand how this is possible. Yeah. And Barbara's just sort of quietly just sort of looking around with that same sort of look, but she's not verbally saying anything. I love that.
Yeah. Yeah. I just like the slightly darker edge. I mean, there's a lot of mistakes in it, you can see, but there's a darker edge to it. It's just much better.
That's creepy.
It's this callousness, this darkness, this alienness. You can see the alienness straight away in the Hartnell incarnation in this one.
Yeah. Giant roundel in the background.
That you can tell this incarnation's not had to speak to anybody except from Susan for a long time.
Yeah.
And it's like he's almost relearning how to socialize a bit.
Yeah, he's got that Pai Mei-esque about him.
Oh yeah, very much high mighty air about him.
Yeah. And this is how to do socially awkward Mr. Chibnall.
This is.
Yeah. Perfect.
Because he's not
definitely the best console room, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, because when
it's very ambitious for 1963. I really do.
Yeah.
You see the stage curtain there as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Colony in Space was the last time you saw that room, wasn't it? It was Inferno the last time you saw that console before it was refitted. Yeah.
Like you just shocked them.
And I love the metal hexagonal panels around under the console.
I've done that for a render that I'm doing.
I can't understand why they removed that.
They removed a lot of things, didn't they?
Well, the problem is that set was reused for something else before after that was filmed. So when that set was empty, they had to kind of put it all back together, and it was all done very, very quickly. From what I understood, and when they done that, they had to kind of film it straight away and get all the errors with the characters and the touching up of the scripts and that.
Boom in the face.
Get it right.
Boom shadow on the face. Sorry. Carry on, John. Yeah, really did do this in a rush, didn't they?
Yeah, this was rushed.
Giant roundels. Yeah.
I mean, it gets very physical.
Yeah.
You know, really does. It gets very, very physical.
Yeah.
I do like that scene when the Tardis is taken off.
Yeah, I like the sound as well.
You can see the kind of the vortex. Well, that's not kind of vortex, but you can speculate what that is. But I do like the fact that it connects Susan and the Doctor. It is a very big statement.
Yeah.
This is groundbreaking electronic sounds as well.
Yeah.
Very experimental.
Well, it was. Didn't they set up their own
Radiophonic workshop, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, Radiophonic Workshop. Yeah.
I missed them.
The time vortex.
I'm sure RTD has plans.
Yeah.
But, I can't I just had to be looking at some of the comments over the whole thing that dropped today, right?
Yeah, and what are they?
And here they are, like, oh, I'm all excited. The Flux is coming. You don't even know what the fucking Flux is.
No, you don't.
I could not finish my story.
The Flux is coming. This is going to be epic. And this is the comments that I'm saying. This was a great bit of marketing by the BBC. Are you all that? Are you really?
So simple. Oh, God.
Do you know what it is? Do you know what it is?
Spoonhead, isn't it, really?
The Series 11, he gave you too much promotion. And for Series 12 and 13, he's hardly gave you that. And so when he does, you think it's the most amazing thing in the world.
Shadow.
Now I know why there hasn't been Comic Cons and conventions and stuff like that. Right? Because when they do release something, right, even though it's shit, and it is shit, by the way, 20 seconds of shit, right? You just get excited about it because you know that's all you are going to get. The series drops and all together, you've gotten what? At first, it was a 10-second teaser. Now you've gotten another 20-second teaser and 5 promo images. Well done, Christian.
Yeah, he's giving them golden showers, isn't he?
Applause for the great marketing that they've done. Yeah, right. You bunch of
I hope you enjoy your golden showers, because that's all you're getting.
Yeah, because like we said, it's the 31st, so I don't think we're going to get any more video teasers or anything now. They're just going to leave it.
I reckon what will happen is, as I predicted anyway, I said the trailer would either have to come before her Graham Norton interview. That interview is next Friday. So I reckon that's Friday. The series then drops on the Sunday. I reckon they'll give another 10-second little teaser, or maybe they'll give us the 30-second teaser or the 20-second teaser that they gave us with an extra little bit of footage or something, and that'll be it then. And then they'll launch the show. But what a pathetic! I mean, it's launching Halloween. Pathetic.
Everyone's be busy doing other things like watching good horror movies.
Yeah, at least the House of Dragon put out a longer teaser. I know.
Combing my nails.
Listen, I enjoyed that teaser. I know everybody's given that Game of Thrones spin-off a bit of a stick, but nobody's seen that yet. Yeah, people have read stuff and all, but we haven't seen the series yet, so I'm not going to judge it until I watch it. But I will watch it because Matt Smith is in it, and I'll watch out that Matt Smith is in. So he's in this show. So
and he's playing a mad prince.
Yes.
So he's not playing a goodie, he's playing a baddie.
Yes.
That's what's interesting about it.
He plays baddies very well, trust me. I've seen scenes where when used in movies where he played a baddie and he was badass. he could play a good baddie. I tell you, his facial expressions, like when he turns crazy, he's crazy. Right, everybody in the chat, do me a favor. We're now going to watch the original aired version of An Unearthly Child. So if you're already in the chat and you have your copy in your DVD player or whatever you're watching it on, please press 1. Everybody on the panel now will get their copy. I think I have their copy ready.
Yep, mine's ready.
Yep, ready.
Yep, ready.
They're going to actually press the second play button and then pause it because, you know, I'm watching it on a DVD. It takes a couple of seconds before it comes on the screen. But we got ones in the chat. Brilliant. Right, let's do this. Let's do this.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Go. And there's the music there and the graphics there for the 60s. That was great. You know, like, I mean,
Yeah, 63. It's brilliant.
I'm being honest. I still think that's still my favorite title sequence. Like,
I mean, that was cutting edge for the day. I mean, to get that abstract pattern like that and have the logo kind of emerge as well. I mean, it shows you how much creativity was in the BBC in the days.
Yeah, with little money. Let's remember.
Very little money.
With little money. That's the thing. People forget now. We're in 2021. The last few years, millions have been thrown at Doctor Who. And look what they've produced. Like,
yeah, 6 episodes of series. Yeah,
I mean, these were on a string shoe budget, and we're able to produce some amazing stories. Like, I mean, I think it even had a smaller budget than Star Trek did.
Oh, so much smaller than Star Trek.
So that goes to show you how much of an achievement this show actually and why it became a British institution.
Yeah.
People knew, the British public knew that the people that made Doctor Who back then really cared for it, right?
Yeah.
They knew that you were working on a huge string budget and you were amazed every week when they tuned in, right? And there was a brand new story, a brand new adventure.
There's a muckier Tardis.
And now what do we get? We get where people just want to run for the hills and we're here sitting here slagging Doctor Who, which is never nice, but the camera work is better here, I will say.
It's a lot more steady, isn't it? You can see they're a bit more controlled.
Well rehearsed. Also tightened this section up a lot.
Wait for me here, Susan. I won't be long. 60s women. 60s women.
Tell you what, that school was very loose on the rules on makeup, wasn't it?
I think in those days, though, girls in the 60s, 50s, and 60s did wear, well, not 50s, more 60s, because 60s was they called it the swinging 60s, but we won't get into that. But everybody was a bit more liberal back in the 60s.
Tented of hairspray, you can tell for half those girls.
I think the 60s decade, if you look at it, the 60s, the early 70s, it was quite liberal. And then after going into the 70s, then things start getting serious then, you know?
Yeah, Thatcher, that's all I'm saying. Yeah.
But there was still innocence about it all, you know?
Yeah.
That's the thing during the 60s. Like, still innocence about it all. Yeah, people were going around taking drugs and sleeping with each other.
Thatcher might flashes, I think that's why we lost our innocence.
Oh, well, I love him to be around the 60s, a teenager during the 60s. It would have been a great time. I would have really embraced the 60s. Long hair, hippie glasses, the whole lot.
Yeah.
Big doobie coming out of my mouth. Roar.
Yeah.
Hey, man. What's up, man? Of course, I was born in 1979 and I grew up during the 80s. So that wasn't too bad. That was a nice little substitute. And the 80s were great as well, by the way. Taken for someone that lived through them. The 80s were brilliant. Even the early 90s. It was the
Late
mid
80s were good for me.
It was the mid 90s where everything went wrong. Do you
It's
remember that?
2000s over here when
Yeah,
everything
it
went
was
wrong.
though. It was the mid 90s though. Everybody says it was the early 2000s.
Yeah, I think
Wasn't
It
you?
was
I
the
noticed that with
mid-90s.
music. Like, not the music in the early '90s was going somewhere. It was being really unusual. The charts were very alternative. You had lots of all sorts of things going on. And then, like 1995, all the Ibiza stuff and girl
That's
bands,
it.
boy bands started.
That's
and it
it.
just
And
as soon as I let Andy Peters loose on the bloody production on Top of the Pops, it was over.
that's it. That you're exactly right. It was the mid 90s. Exactly. Music started changing and attitudes
Yeah.
started changing. And you could tell that's where it all went wrong, the mid 90s, and then after that, then everybody was just assholes.
Yeah. Metro libertarianism, I think we call that.
I don't know what happened.
Metro
The
libertarianism in
90s
the
off
US. Clinton started allowing companies to dictate to governments.
95. I think there was a couple of wars happening as well. There was an American
Yeah, you had
Desert
that
Storm.
was a UN, that was a legal one. That was UN. That was a peacekeeping exercise. And the Gulf War has come to an end. It was Kosovo.
A very sensitive ear. It means turn the fucking radio down, Susan. Now, listen, I gave you that book, but I want to ask you a few questions because, you're acting a bit weird, So, where are you from?
Gallifrey.
What do you mean? It's mysterious, is it? You got a weird looking face, man. I hate the way
Ixnay on the
I
Friday.
expect to see you in the morning, unless my grandfather takes me in his Tardis and we go on an adventure somewhere.
Yeah.
What's that voice?
I don't know, I'm just putting on random
got a
voices.
remake of this, Susan.
I'm not even trying to put on an accent, I'm just random voices, so just in case anybody
If
thinks
they did a remake of this day and age, Susan would actually abduct them. Doctor would be really evil.
So, but what's the point you getting a book, right? What's the point you getting a book if you're going to just oh, that's wrong?
Yeah, it's checking. It's checking. It's like the Doctor would do, checking history because they know it better, so they'd read a book to see.
I'm only joking. Well, you are a busybody. You're a bit creepy as well to be following one of your students home. I'm ringing the police on you. Hang on. Hello, police? Oh, sorry, I'm back in the 60s. I need to go and find a police box. Hang on. I'll be back now, folks.
Yeah, you say these segments are shorter now.
Okay, I think it'd be more realistic if they were like, yeah, we're worried about her because she's probably getting bullied terribly by the other kids, so we have to see what's going on there. Because those little snippets, it is the acting. You can see Carolyn. Sorry, she's properly hamming it up, isn't she? In these bit moments.
Oh, Jays, I forgot about Ballstreck as well.
You're not on it tonight, mate.
He's in the fecker check. See, I got up an hour before we streamed because I wasn't sleeping well last night when I went to bed. I had one of those sleeps.
Yeah,
it was absolutely awful. Awful, man.
Yeah, so that's two now.
I was twisting and turning all bleeding morning, apparently Sharon.
Now hates
you hate me, I don't care if you hate me. Everybody hates me anyway, so join the fucking queue, mate.
No self-loathing, it's fine.
It's grand. I even hate myself. That's what makes me want to live. Because knowing that I hate myself just as much as me enemies do gives me pleasure.
My university called me former university called me a homo, so I must be self-loathing then.
I mean, you can come on if you want to, but I mean, we've already started. We're in the middle of this, the Unearthly Child. I mean, next week we're going to do the other 3 stories, so I'll make sure I'll send you the link, actually.
But it's not Bolstrek, it's Volstrek formerly now.
Oh, yeah, it's great. Yeah.
It's correct
man, you need to change that now, man. fuck that formerly Ballstrick. If you rebrand and change it now, it's getting confusing all of this shit. Same with your Twitter account, formerly Ballstrick. I think you've gotten a great reaction.
Text store
Anyway.
manager formerly known as Ballstrick.
Everybody's behind you on the rebrand.
Yeah.
Everybody is, and your other Twitter account is doing well now. So get your numbers up and just dump those those names and go under your new brand.
He'll be fine until Halloween.
And then he does horror movies anyway. So it's gonna be right down his alleyway, man.
It is gonna be a horror movie. We all know that.
Oh, it is.
Like Halloween night, he could do his all of October. Sure, he could do. He could review different horrors each night. You know, the B movie horrors that he's into.
Yeah, so I better send him an invite. Just in
I
case.
would talk, but someone forgot. I could send you the bleeding invite now, but we're literally just over.
Yeah, we're halfway through the second the thingy episode.
Will I bring him in?
What?
Ballstrick. I forgot
Nah.
the link as well.
No, bugger him. He didn't come to my. He didn't come to Alpha's Blake 7.
He doesn't like Blake 7.
He hasn't watched Blake 7.
Yeah,
Bugger him.
well,
His
I don't
Ballstrick
blame
was
him.
causing
I don't
him
blame
pain,
you, mate. The first 3 episodes are boring as hell. It gets
Shut up.
Nah.
Oh, now Mummy and Daddy are gonna fight. Now Mummy and Daddy are gonna fight.
It's still a bit of a struggle, if I'm honest. You know, but it is good sci-fi. It's just, you know, it's not something like
Shut up.
way to buy or anything like that.
Shut
You know.
it.
I've lost my flux capacitor.
Oh, there's gonna be so many now funny jokes. Isn't there?
Right, I sent you an invite anyway if you want to come on. But don't derail this. Watch along now.
Yeah, I had a massive kebab earlier. I'm gonna need a massive flux later on.
Hey, you're all still going on about that. Listen, look, right? This is what they want. They want us to talk about it, right? Have you noticed during Series 11 and 12 that man, Chibnall, always picks words and then when you Google them, or names of planets or names of aliens, and you Google them, and they mean something completely disgusting or sexual?
I think he's a perv. Yeah, I think he's a perv. I think the guy's a weirdo.
I want a kebab. Yeah, go and eat your kebab. I'm having roast fucking chicken, so stuff that kebab.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he seems to have made a character called Vinder.
Vinderflu.
Vinderflu.
Vindaloo.
And if you look it up, the meaning of Vinder.
My torch isn't on this time.
Vinder cuisine.
See, he's all
Well,
nice now.
At least we know that this is going to be a shit season. It's going to be ass. Obviously, nobody gets it except for Charlotte. She's the only one that laughed. Do you know what? Get away. I don't really tell many jokes, but when I actually tell a decent fucking joke, you guys on the panel don't even laugh.
Oh, that's across the street.
Right, I'm done with you now. Done.
Whose ass is across the street? What?
Yeah, look, everything about it. Look. Tomorrow we'll get into detail about Series 13. I know I started it off when I came on and I shouldn't have, right? But let's just drop it now, right? Because wait until at least we finish this episode, right? And then when we do a review, then if people want to talk about what's just happened for a couple of minutes, we'll do that. But just leave it for now, will you? Because I'm sick of looking at Flux in me fucking chat. Yeah, it's already bad enough that I have to look at. I wasted 20 seconds of my life. Do you know what I could have done in 20 seconds? Could have done a lot of things in 20 seconds.
Take a leak.
Right? I could have drank a whole bottle of whiskey. I could have fucking stuffed sweets down my throat or something.
I love this. He's just like ignoring them. Like, if I just ignore them, they'll go away.
Now in this one.
Don't
you think you're being rather high-handed, young man? You thought you saw a young girl into the yard. You imagined you heard her voice. You believe she might be in there. Not very substantial, is it?
And he basically says to them, "Oh, call the police because they'll think you're
If you
nutters."
both want to make fools yourselves, I suggest what you said you do. Go and
Yeah.
find a policeman.
I love his tactics. So he's like, "Yeah, call the police.
He's
Like
very
you're gonna be the ones who are claiming there's a girl here who's not here."
Yeah.
Because he's going to go into the TARDIS when they're away and disappear.
Oh, well, these props
Close
are
the doors,
weird.
please, Susan.
This is the whole electrified TARDIS console thing on this one.
Got rid of the external doors and
Yeah.
all this.
I've now got the old antiques in there as well now.
Yeah. The walls have found the floor again. No curtain, because you can see like the caster wheels on which the set was on as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the light seems to come down from the ceiling over the central console.
Yeah. No one walking around the set.
Yeah.
Makes a bit of a change.
It's a lot cleaner. Yeah, he's just kind of mildly irritated in this one. He's not angry.
Well, that's the difference. Even when he's talking about because Ian's just repeating and Barbara illusion. This isn't real. This is an illusion.
Yeah.
And even when he's explaining it, it doesn't come across as angry. It's almost like, I don't know. It's I like it, and it's a weird sort of emotion he plays almost with it. Like I said, he's not angry with them. He's not shouting at them. He's almost saying like this. It has an air of he feels sorry that their minds aren't complex enough to understand.
Yeah.
And he's like trying to explain to Susan like it's not their fault almost that they can't understand that are simple-minded people. It's that sort of air about it.
See, I think that comes off professionally in this one.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's dismissive, Cardi. He is, and that's what I mean. It's not like there's any anger or like hate or really villainous. It's just like you can tell he's like, well, this is my home. I'm used to this, and these two just have wandered in and don't know what they're saying.
Yeah. Very Star Trek benevolent alien of the week, isn't it? It's come from being angry to that. Oh, it's not a bit before your time. Come and contact us in 1,000 years' time where we'll be ready.
So I love the television comparison he does. That's a really clever comparison to say, well, technically you've got a little room in your room, so why couldn't this be possible?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh God, yeah. If this was Christopher Eccleston's Doctor, he'd be shouting at them, calling them all sorts.
If it was Colin Baker's, he would go around choking.
Oh.
Yeah. Paul to be having a breakdown. Oh God, you're giving me a headache. That's the whole T'Pol thing from Star Trek, isn't it?
There was a scene in the Roland Rat show, and I think he was trying to choke Roland Rat.
What, Colin's Doctor was?
Colin Baker. His Doctor.
Oh, that's why he did that.
Yep.
Oh, I get it now.
So they changed it to a stun phaser.
Yeah.
We got a new guest joining us. It's the one and only Cultivated Media.
Lee,
Piss off.
dude, I thought that was supposed to be tonight.
No, that was earlier today.
He gave you GMT time, didn't he? Oh.
Honestly, I even acquired the episode. I thought that was like after this. Did I read that wrong?
Yes.
Oh.
Well, maybe you should be more clear to him then, Lee.
Well, I don't know what 4:30, 11:30 p.m. means. Like you'd say, like 4:30, 11:30.
I read it as 11.
The next day, but no.
Yeah.
I will join you for the second one.
Yeah.
Well, you can always watch it and catch up.
Okay. Tell. I didn't even know who we were streaming with. But yes, tell whoever I was streaming with. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm just starting up the episode.
Yeah, we've got another 2 episodes to go. We've got the Forest of Fear and the Firemaker, and that's it.
No, we're just doing Unearthly Child.
All right.
I watched them all. You're not the only one. Today I watched all of the episodes. So, because I'm used to now in a very early Classic Who them having very different titles. So I was like, oh, that makes sense that they've got completely different titles.
Okay, so which episode are we at?
We are at Unearthly Child, and it's just about finishing. We're 20 minutes and 25 seconds into it.
Well, at least I can witness the end of it.
Different music.
You guys should have watched the alternate version, the original one.
Yeah, we did.
Oh, you watched both?
We watched that first, yeah.
They didn't do the music, the sounds before, and they had all that kind of plinky plonky digital. Well, not digital, it's analog, but that electronic music.
Yeah, they played it with big piano instead of
which I loved.
piano. I know.
And there you go.
Wee.
See, I like it how it renders Ian and Barbara unconscious, but the Doctor and Susan are just standing at the console. And
So it's just adds, though, doesn't it, to the whole fish out of water sort of theme with Ian and Barbara in this.
Yeah.
You know that telephone number they put on that Doctor Who thing?
Yeah.
Someone's just said on Twitter, "What's the number for the fucking Samaritans?" Love that. Oh, brilliant.
Well, it's going to be some shit show, all right.
Oh, it's going to be a massive one.
And this is how the Tardis got stuck as a police box.
Yeah.
I ask how many new people actually know that.
That's when the Chameleon Circuit got damaged.
Oh yeah, because obviously the first line when he comes out in the next episode, he comments on it.
Mm-hmm.
So we now know.
And there's no other time where you see the sort of TARDIS dematerializing, and it's had such a terrible effect on the crew.
Yeah.
And I love the set because you can tell it's like
it's my favorite. I think
they just put everything they had on screen.
If you put Tom Baker's console in there, it'd be perfect.
You did get to see that once.
Interesting viewing, interesting. So we've watched the Unearthly Pilot, and we watched the first
Space has got that.
episode of the one that was aired. Obviously, there's differences. We done this the last time on the anniversary. I have to say, as I said at the start of this stream, when we decided to do this, I still prefer the unaired version to the one that we actually got. I prefer William Hartnell's Doctor, but I can understand why they wanted to reshoot, refilm, and go in the direction that they wanted. But I'm going to give the unaired pilot a 9 out of 10 and the aired version 8 out of 10. I think that's fair. But I do prefer, obviously, the Unearthed pilot, because I do like that version of William Hartnell's Doctor. Obviously, it would have been too harsh and too brash for the kids on the screen, but you know, there you go. You can't have what you want. Maybe one day we'll get a doctor like that. I think we've gotten close a few times, but it'd be nice to get a doctor that just doesn't give a fuck. And hopefully one day we will get one. You never know. Under RTD, we might. You never know. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
But that's where I am on it. So yeah.
Well,
If everybody in the chat wants to give their ratings, I'll throw them up on the screen while the rest of the panel are obviously giving their opinions. So we'll start with Queen Charlotte first.
Yeah, like I can see definitely the major difference is obviously William's Doctor, but I don't know. I think I prefer the pilot. Sorry, the aired version, because like I said, I think you can. He's still got enough of that sort of air of, you can tell, like I was saying, he's dismissive of them. They're sort of beneath him a bit, and you have that air of superiority, and you still have that mysterious factor. But it's and I think it's a bit of an easier watch when he's a bit more toned down. So like I said, I prefer the one that aired, but as an opening gambit for Doctor Who, just for introducing the Doctor, I like how it's very they just keep it to what they needed to in this story. They just give you Tardis, Susan, Doctor, Ian and Barbara. Like it's a very lean sort of episode, and I think it benefits a lot from that they sort of kept it to the core components. There's a real good mystery attached to the Doctor. Susan, like the way she's acting is very odd. Her intelligence they talk about, so that makes you question her. And I really love that Ian and Barbara sort of unwanted companions. I like it when companions don't always just immediately want to join and sort of skip and do adventures. I like it sometimes when they're a bit more contentious, how they get on the TARDIS, and I really love that. So I'll probably do the same for both scores. Honestly, I'd give both of the unaired and the aired an 8, because I don't think it's 10, because it is sort of bare bones, and obviously this is the opener, but I'll give it an 8 because it is very good.
Fantastic, Charlotte. Super Doctor.
I would give it the pilot episode. I would give it a 9 out of 10. I really liked it. I really liked the alien quality of the Hartnell incarnation, and the spookiness, and it was almost scary. I liked, despite the faults in it. I do give it a 9 out of 10, but the aired version I would give it a 10 out of 10 because it's the first episode, the first official episode of Doctor Who. I really like it. I really like the introduction of Susan and the two teachers getting suspicious and going to the junkyard and that to find out where she lived and that, and they find this old man in a police box and that, and they get whisked away into this fantastic landscape and that, and they meet cavemen and that. But yeah, I would give that a 10 out of 10.
Fantastic. PD.
I'll give them both a 10 out of 10. I really like both of them. I mean, it's very good if you use that as a classroom exercise and play the pilot and then the production episode. It's a really good way of saying what to do and what not to do. But yeah, I like the darker Doctor, but I also like the way they turned him down. He was more Yoda. He went from being really Pai Mei to being Yoda. And I just loved everything about it. It's just where it started. It's the beginning. It's the intro. I mean, there's a lot of mistakes in the pilot, but they fixed them all in the production episode. Yeah, give them both 10.
Fantastic. Lee.
Yeah, I think I agree with, well, obviously all of that, mostly. I think that's, just trying to imagine transporting yourself back to 1963 and trying to see it through their eyes, like my father would have watched it as a kid. And it's, even now, it still has that mystery to it. I think you had the pilot, even for all its flaws, has that edge, that sort of darker edge, that more mysterious edge to it. The second one, upon rewatching it again, it's kind of, even though it's more playful, there's still some sort of dark menace to it, because why is he smiling? What's he looking around like that for? Which is nice, and I think both stand up quite well, not technically necessarily, but certainly the first one, but performance-wise, I think I like the strangeness of the pilot more. And I kind of miss that sort of bleepy bleepy thing that happens when the TARDIS is dematerializing, which I really liked from the pilot. I think they should have kept that. So yeah, I think I'll have to go and give it an 8 for the Ed episode, 9 for the pilot.
Fantastic. We got a question off Tardis Spider. Did you point out at least 12 differences in the two versions? Oh, we'd be here all night if we.
Yeah. You had lots of. I think we did sort of point them out as they were happening. There was quite a few.
Yeah.
Few
That's
instances.
how we kind of do it. We don't really go into. We're not professional reviewers or anything like that. We just give our opinions on what we actually see. We've done this before, but very interesting that we see that the opinions seem to have not changed. I do prefer the unearthed pilot version, but look, it doesn't.
Yeah,
matter.
I just think it has that slight edge, just because it's got a slightly darker
it's creepier,
tone.
it's darker, it's more atmospheric.
But I suppose that in a way that's kind of. Even though we do see quite a lot of dark aspects to the first Doctor, especially in the first story, because he nearly brained someone's head in. But I think tonally, maybe it was just that wrong side for the BBC for a kids show to have that too dark, that dark edge. It just went on that slightly the wrong side, and I think thematically for the released episode, it was probably more in tune to how they wanted. Well, obviously it was, and maybe that was the right decision. I mean, I think anyway they would have had to reshot it because it was obviously full of clunkers and loads of errors with all the camera angles and edits and because it's all shot live. Remember, all those edits from camera to camera, all done on the fly.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So that is. I mean, they clearly just didn't have enough time to get it right the first time, so they had to nail it the second time. They did a damn good job, really. I mean, you just think about all the issues that they had, all the setbacks that they had, all the problems that they had, and they still pulled it through. And thank goodness they did, because we're still talking about it nearly 60 years on.
Yeah,
Exactly. Right. Well, look, we've finished that part of the conversation. I know everybody's been itching in the chat for me to obviously talk about what's happened.
No, I like it.
Oh, did I not even ask you? Yeah. All right. Okay.
Oh, Tardis Spider's got a message that says he's got to go. Remember, November the 13th, 9 a.m. noon CST. Doctor Who Day celebration at the Foley Public Library.
Nice. Sorry, Balstrek. Forgot. See, me head's all over the bleeding place.
Yeah, who cares?
Nothing's working for me today, Noel.
So, So, what's your opinions on both the unearthed and obviously the aired version of An Unearthly Child, and which one do you prefer?
Well, I actually, in many ways, prefer the original because I like the grumpy jerk doctor. But I could see why they toned it down because it was a little uncomfortable. And I always put myself back to people who first watched the second version of the show. The announcement, and we are sad to report that U.S. President John F. Kennedy was assassinated last night. Now, here's the premiere of Doctor Who. And then they ended up showing it again the second week. It's a 10 out of 10. This is a magical piece of television, and I have nothing bad to say about it. And I apologize for being late. Well, I didn't get somebody forgot, but I'm having an off day. I actually just acquired an episode I thought I was supposed to be watching tonight, and I was very excited. And then I found out that it happened like 4 hours ago. Sorry. I think I was sleepy when I got it because I was looking at oh, they're doing it 11:30 tonight UK time. Okay, I can make that now. I'm sorry.
I may have put 11:30 p.m. instead of a.m. because I put 4:30 p.m. and then
I got to go back. I'm almost
dyslexic
certain,
brain. I'm sorry if I did that.
That's what it was because I thought it was tonight.
Yeah, that's probably what I did because I know what I'm like. I do a typo. I don't see it. Just do not see it.
So it's your fault.
Yeah. So there's.
No, it's both our faults because he should have asked.
Of course, it's both your fault.
There's nothing else of note happening today, so I'm just going to skedaddle.
Well, you have to watch. You have to watch the way back. The first episode of Blake 7 anyway.
Yeah, but yeah, no, nothing important, nothing notable happened today, so it's all good. There's nothing to talk about ever.
Yeah.
The thing is, he's right. He's actually right. It's not.
There is a nothing burger.
Well, I'll be back because I have to bring Lexi outside so she can flux herself.
Have a good old flux.
Yeah.
Get the old soldier and Flux out.
Again, Christian Noll and his marketing team. Marketing this. Do they not Google these words?
Well, I mean, they didn't Google what was the name of that character again?
Yeah,
Vinder meant.
Urban Dictionary, yeah.
But at least that was a bit more obscure. Like Flux has got an obvious connotation.
Well, when the first dictionary definition mentions diarrhea and dysentery,
that's what I mean. Like that's not an obscure thing. That's an obvious one, and.
I mean, obviously, we know what it means in context of the the show that it's everything's in a state of change, state of flux, and
we're already taking the piss, but still, like they're ripping the flux.
They're going to be the wheels, aren't they?
Yeah.
He's stealing ideas. This is like
the wheels.
Cracking the wall.
Well, there was a Doctor Who card game a few years ago called Doctor Who Flux, wasn't there, with 2 X's?
Yeah.
Oh, was there? Okay.
They're just going to make the Flux the wheels from Star Wars, and they're going to change everything. Yeah, that's what it's going to be.
Well, that's the thing, and also, if like I said, if you want to take that idea, her understanding currently of herself is in flux, you could say, because she doesn't fully know the history yet, the Timeless Child, but she knows, according to this current canon, she's not Gallifrey and she's not the Time Lord. So he's just gone.
No, you're right. She's not.
Well, yeah, but I'm just like, this is typical Chibnall. Like he likes to sound smart, so you can tell a load of bored people said, "Oh, we need like a catchy one-word like subtitle for our 6-part epic thing that they've been marketing," and they just thought, right, what sounds sciencey? Flux. It's just so obvious.
Well, they use the flux capacitor in Back to the Future. Let's not flux.
There are so many other words that they could have used. All they needed was a thesaurus, right? and check synonyms for flux. And they would have come up with something else better. But I suppose because it's short and easy to remember.
Yeah, that's what I mean. You can
the
tell
silence is better than Flux.
Acid reflux.
Yeah.
Yeah, but even like think about
Russell. Appreciate it, mate.
You got a super chat.
Like think about Russell though. Like he would just name think about all the Time War terms we never saw but we just heard about. Like when the Doctor first sees Davros and he goes, "Oh, in the Medusa Cascade," and he just names off like 3 or 4 you can tell really big events, and they're brilliant names.
Well, the Medusa Cascade's been around forever, isn't it? Like I think.
Sorry, what's the other one? You were trapped in the jaws of the nightmare child.
Yeah.
Like that's just one line of dialogue, but it made you imagine. It made you think.
We've already had one nightmare child. We don't want
great, some great space dragon or whatever it was, Yeah. Was it some kind of like anomaly or something called the Nightmare Child? It's brilliant. Yeah.
That's what I mean, though. It's trips off the tongue.
Call it anomaly.
Going.
Doctor
Yes,
Who anomaly.
Actually, that would have worked.
Yeah.
See, already fucking made it better. Just anomaly.
Yeah. Just use better words.
Because that really does work, anomaly, because it is all anomalous. And...
Yeah. Do you think Jazz has worked it out yet? She can smash the Doctor over the head a few hundred times until she gets the regeneration she likes.
Yeah,
and I'm going to be fair. That's the first, and also, even though I'll be fair, Jodie was wooden as hell.
Yeah.
But John did have a line in there, and it was like, "Oh, Doctor," and I was just like, I watched that, and I was just like, Jodie's like shouting woodenly, trying to look imposing, and like,
oh god, breathless again.
Yeah, breathless, but even like a really bad version of her usual. And then you've got Bishop in the background going, "Come on, Doctor," and it's just like, oh God, he sounds, he just doesn't sound convincing at all, and that's one
None
line.
of it sounded. It looked like it had been like written on the back of a fucking napkin and just run with it, filming. Yeah, just don't bother rehearsing, just make it up as you go along. Look like you're busy at the back.
Student, isn't he? You got like a lecturer giving a student a task, and he just tries to bluff it.
God awful. Oh God, just shut up. It's like it's the same speech pattern, the same breathlessness, the same dead eyes. I mean, all you look at when you see her acting is like, you look in her eyes, right? You can see she's memorizing the fucking script as she's doing it. I mean, it's that obvious to me.
Yeah, and it's also so obvious. They just said to her, just name off a load of aliens so people can get excited. Like, just name off angels and
I got a comment. I always thought her acting was bad. Then I watched this, and holy crackers.
I think this is the worst she's done so far. I honestly think this is the worst she's done so far.
Listen,
I didn't get through it. And that's 20 seconds.
Last season, I honestly think that she's kind of...
She's over it.
She's phoning it in, sort of thing. I don't think she's really fucking interested.
I don't think she ever was, to be honest.
No, but it's even by her standards. I watched it because I got sent it from garbage, and I was just like, I'll watch it because it's 20 seconds, and I'm going to be watching
a quarter of the way through. I got a quarter of the way through, and I thought, I can't deal with this.
Jeez, that's actually written off an auto cue.
Seconds.
I was going to say, PD, are you watching it now? Isn't that? I think that's honestly the worst she's done so far for any promotion or any.
Like she's reading off an auto cue.
Honestly, I think this little stunt is going to go down in infamy as one of the biggest, most clueless marketing flops in entertainment history. Like,
hey, I know, guys, we're releasing the season 17 Blu-ray disc. Oh yeah, and then the next day it's like, oh, you can't watch it now because we've taken the channel down because of like a gimmick.
Yeah, but but here's the funny thing. It's like, at least if you had any sense, you'd take your socials off if you're going to do this stupid gimmick, and then you'd have like a trailer. You'd have something of substance to come back with.
Yeah.
What they come back with?
I was expecting a massive rebrand or something. Nothing. It's just like, here's a slightly different yellow to the other yellow.
It's like exactly. It's so. If I was actually, one of the 6 or 7 people that actually likes this crap, I would be pissed right now.
Yeah.
It's like you came.
Oh no, they're lapping it up. I don't get it.
I forget they can do no wrong.
They're loving it. They're loving it. This is the greatest marketing ploy that they've ever done with Gordon.
The great
obvious. Oh, God. Even I over-egged. Because I said, yeah, it's going to be this, that, and that, and pretty much happened exactly that, apart from the timing of it. And even they made it shitter than I flogged it out, and I was just completely apathetic.
Yeah,
so it was just like, and everyone's losing their shit over this. It's like, why are you that simple? I'm sorry.
No, you know what it is? Noel's right. Chibnall, whoever's part of the marketing, has clicked. If they starve the fandom for nothing, if there's like the slightest little breadcrumb
Yeah.
it will seem better than it is.
Yeah, you nailed it. Absolutely right. Yeah.
Anybody want to call the number?
No. Oh God, should we do
Oh,
that live on air?
Yeah,
No,
go on, Lee.
I know what you get though. I won't say it then because I saw on Twitter what you actually get if you ring
Go
it.
on, Lee. Do it. Because I
I'm
think
gonna
it's
have to go and
free.
get my phone. Hold on a minute.
I think it's free anyway. Do it.
Your phone
But they-
numbers are weird.
Yeah, but here's the thing. This isn't original. They did this for Stolen Earth, didn't they? They had a phone number and everybody could ring it.
This is what I'm saying. This is you look at the Chibnall era. He has stole other showrunners' ideas
Yeah,
or
everyone
other
else is
people
off.
out there that have had ideas. And what he's basically done is he's done his version of their stories or whatever.
Yeah.
Right. Look at series 11 and 12.
Incredibly bankrupt.
You were similar. Look at people should notice this, right? When series 11 and 12 were airing, if you look at the trends, right? Whatever episode was on, they'd have a different episode of the RTD or the Moffat era trending. Why was that? Because people were pointing out the similarities between the episodes that we got in the past to the Chibnall ones, because that's what he does. He robs other people's ideas. This is like the whole cracking the wall thing yet again, but this flux in time. All the doctors changing from the doctors to the fugitive doctors. This is all part of that big marketing thing, right? And then they decide to put it out on the night where kids are going to be out with their mammies and daddies trick or treating. Like they're showing Doctor Who on Halloween night, the big night for kids where they dress up and go trick or treating, right? And they decide that's the best time to release Series 13, the first episode, right? It's like I said this from the beginning. Said this a few months back. It's like as if BBC are deliberately trying to bury this era.
They are, because also think about it. Last year, everybody would be indoors for Halloween.
Yeah.
This year, people will be allowed, I'm guessing, to go out.
I'm assuming they'll probably do multiple showings of it, but I think part of it is they want to bury, but part of it is just the people behind it and the people at the BBC are just so incompetent and stupid. That probably didn't even occur to them, which is hilarious.
Well, I've got the someone uploaded on Twitter the video the call, so I'll just play it from here.
Right.
Ready? Okay.
Yeah.
You've reached the voicemail of the Doctor. If you're ringing this, it means enemies from across the universe have arrived on Earth, and the battle is coming imminently. Who did you see and where? I need as much information as possible. Protect yourself. It's coming. Be ready.
Sounds like your mum, doesn't it? It's your mum calling up saying like,
This is so desperate. This is so, like, it's so desperate and so just sad. I almost can't believe this is real. This is like something you'd see on a goddamn parody.
I agree.
I didn't think it could get any
been fine
worse.
15 years ago, but not now.
It's like
past sell by date.
I'm like, holy crap.
Yeah, but here's the other thing. It's like you're doing this. Obviously, then they're doing this message thing on phones with her doing these little teasers.
Yeah.
That could work with a doctor with an authoritative voice. With a doctor, that they have that voice that they can just command without having to see them. They've got Jodie, who's got one of the least authoritative voices we've had for a doctor.
See, I think Tom Baker could do it, and
Tom
David
Baker,
Tennant.
Paul McGann, David Tennant, Capaldi, Eccles, they could all do it, really. With obviously some exceptions, but majority of them, if you said to an actor, right, just record some audio lines, and we'll use a lot of that sort of marketing, you could do it. But with Jodie, she just, like you said, she doesn't sound like this powerful figure talking to you at all. And it's not just the accent. Because Chris had a bit of a northern twang with his voice. It's not just her accent. She has got no power behind her voice.
She's got no presence. She's got no presence.
No presence.
She's no
power.
conviction.
Exactly.
She
no
can't
presence
say it.
whatsoever.
She can't say anything right without kind of fluffing it.
Well, Heavenly Tribulator on Twitter says her line readings are just so consistently off. There's
Yeah.
no spark, no energy, no charm.
Yeah.
And that condescending tone thing she does to end most of her
Oh, no.
sentences, they make listening to her a
copied David
depressing
Tennant.
experience.
Yeah.
Yes, that's
Ah.
exactly. That's why I can't
Spot on.
watch any of series 11, 12 or the specials because of it.
Yeah, it's really
Yeah.
off-putting to me.
There's,
quite
and
honestly.
it's actually not the worst acting in this. Look at Mandy Gill in the background.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, wow.
Well, she's flying the Tardis now, it looks like. She knows how to use the Tardis.
Wow.
Yeah, but she's just doing nothing. That's the point. You forget she's even in the clip. Like I said, you've got Jodie front and centre trying to be. I think I was chatting with Daniel, and he said they're trying to do the Tennant blink thing.
Yeah.
When he was doing that
Yeah.
video. And then you've got, like I said, you've got John, who I do think he will be at least a bit of a fun presence. But that delivery of that line he gave, it sounds like you said, it doesn't sound like this isn't an actual program. It sounds like either fans have come together to make a little.
Yeah.
I mean, for God's
Yeah.
sake, like Lee, you doing your audio like this, that blows out anything of like.
Oh yeah, that was actually damn impressive, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, you didn't have your face, you just had your voice, and it worked. That's what I mean.
I would agree with that.
It's like Sue Pollard as a doctor. I think the house has gone for doctor.
Oh my god.
Oh, don't. Sue Pollard used to hit on my mother.
Yeah, but she'd been better though. She'd been much
So
better.
that's true. At least she'd be more eccentric.
Yeah.
Like, properly, not like faux eccentric, but naturally
Yeah.
eccentric.
Natural
Yeah, but
eccentricity. Yeah.
like I said, it's all of it. That
There
30
is.
seconds shock to me. I was like, this is going to be bad, but I watched it and I was like, oh.
Well, it's like she's not
God.
learned, she's not progressed the character, she's
No.
not changed anything. It's exactly the same as what we've seen so far. So there's absolutely nothing in that makes me think, oh yeah, maybe that, you know, there's going to be a slight wind change. But no, it's
It's the same. She
It's
can't.
the same.
She's no. Look at. She's very limited as an actress, right? Whether I like
Yeah.
her, she
Extremely.
does have fans, right? The thing about it is, though, is that Doctor Who was above her pay grade. It was always above
Yeah.
her.
Well, yeah.
And
Olivia Colman, didn't
you
they?
know, while you know, you can't really blame her for taking the role. You would have thought though that she would have tried to equip herself the best she could by actually doing the research, right? Which we know she didn't when she originally took the role. She was told not to, which was down to Chris Chibnall again and his bad advice. But any good actor or actress worth their grain in salt would actually go against the director's wishes and producer's wishes and go and do the research. We've often seen interviews in Hollywood where an actor will come on in front of the director and say, oh yeah, the director told me not to read the book, but I read the book anyway. And then the director will say, yeah, it was probably bad advice to tell him not to read the book, but he read the book anyway and we got one of the best performances. That's what I wanted to see from Whittaker, even if she was still bad. The fact that she would have done the research, I would have gave her credit for that, but she didn't. She did it after the fact when it was too late.
Yeah, but
So-
here's the fact though. This is her third series. Like Lee was saying, we should hear progression now. We should be seeing
Regression.
like think about Capaldi. Obviously, I know the writing made him be a different doctor every series, but you could see his doctor was maturing. He was changing. Look at Matt's
you're right.
doctor. They all mature throughout their run. They all change.
There's an
They all-
arc of change.
arc.
Yeah.
And even Peter Davison's Doctor, he gets better towards the end,
Yeah,
anyway.
and like we said, look at if I think it wouldn't be a bad comparison, even though I wouldn't want to put anybody through it. Like take that 30 seconds and then take like a clip from series 11, and you will not see if you can see
Any difference.
changes.
Yeah.
Even with Colin Baker's Doctor, there was a change. Even with Sylvester's Doctor, there was a change.
Yeah.
This is just a single
That's not
note
loop.
all the way through. It's exactly like Segun Akinola's music. It's one note, played all the way through. I just saw on Twitter an internet headline, a news headline. Man spikes his goodbye cake at work with laxatives. Chaos ensues as people shit everywhere. So I posted,
People flux
reposted it
everywhere.
saying, has this happened at the Doctor Who production HQ for chance?
I've got to retweet that. I'm going to go to the Twitter.
You're fluxing disgusting.
Yeah, fluxing all over the place. Yeah.
Card Witch with a 449 super chat says, evening. Chibnall's borrowing from what the Doctor used to be always say during the RTD Moffat era, whereas the Doctor would use flux in reference to time.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There'd
Maybe
be
that's
fixed
what they're
points,
meaning.
There'd be fixed points and there'd be times with flux.
Yeah, state flux.
Yeah.
Also, I was just posted a fucking hilarious. They made a little joke thing of saying, "Oh my god, they've just dropped the entire series 13 on iPlayer. Be right back, bringing it all right now." And it's got episode 1, proper mad shit. It's all kicking off as Yaz admits she thinks the Doctor's fit. 2, the Doctor shoots a child. Whoops. 3, Oasis are here now. Yeah, Oasis are here now. It's got like a picture of the Gallagher brothers. And it's got episode 4, Love and Monsters 2. It's like the original episode, but there's less Jackie Tyler and more. Brilliant. Oh, I'm going to repost that.
I mean, have you seen the poster as well?
But look how sad that is, that people are taking the piss out of this.
She's like Rimmer, isn't she, from Red Dwarf?
It's
Go ahead, Charlotte. I'll cut across Charlotte there. Hold on.
So have you seen the new? It looks like this is going to be the core promotion art. Have you seen that? They also released that of like that rainbow thing again.
Yeah.
Like Jodie looking to the side, and like Doctor Who and Flux, and it looks like the most like no bright colours. It's all beige. I'm not joking. It's all orange and sort of really like almost beige colours. It's the most boring thing.
I'm wondering if some people at the BBC decided, okay, we're going to call this Flux because they're desperately trying to save this show with RTD, and they've got this massive turd that they have no choice. They have to experience this turd in the meantime. So it's Flux. Yeah, just flush it out. Get it just over with. My God. I'm like, and I guess, if I go with the argument that RTD, I got a different argument. But if I go with the argument that RTD really wants to save the show, what do you think he's saying right now? Because he's got to follow this.
Yeah, he would and all. You're right. But maybe it's BBC way of telling us the reason why it's called Flux is because obviously Lee has Googled it. Maybe it's BBC's way of telling us, listen, we know that this is a pile of shit.
Yeah.
So, like, we'll just name it a pile of shit. And our fans won't give a shit because they'll think it's something else. But we're telling you it's shit.
Well, watch them. Okay, so we're gonna be giving Doctor Who a new time slot. So it's now gonna be Monday nights at 11:59 p.m. Enjoy. And we're not gonna put it on iPlayer because we want 11:59 p.m. on Monday nights to be a special time for nobody to watch this, and we're just going to pretend it doesn't exist.
Did say with Star Trek Discovery on
Yeah,
Channel
but
4.
here's another point. So these 6 episodes then are going to be Flux, and then the specials going to have their own little titles, just to confuse everybody.
Who cares?
Yeah, nobody cares.
One of those will be Flux Capacitor, one's going to be Flux Pen. Next episode.
Well, actually, you said who cares? I'll answer that. The people that are going to be reviewing it, like me and Charlotte care. We want to be able to.
No, but you don't care what it's called.
Right? Yeah, we don't care, but still.
No! I'm actually, after seeing this, I am drooling. I am going to kick the living shit out of this series
until it regenerates. Yeah,
this is going to be fucking epic.
I know.
Keep kicking her until she regenerates.
Well, there seems to be an incoming message. I'm the Doctor.
Monday nights on here are gonna be brilliant.
Hello, fam.
Oh, damn.
No, I laughed when I saw it. Like I got up. I'm like, oh, it's on, and then I'm like, what's good? I click on. I burst out laughing. I'm like, this is for material. This is
really
too
Doctor
fucking
Who, isn't
good
it?
to be true. Like this is just. Oh my God.
It definitely is Dr. Pooh now. We can call
Seriously,
it Dr. Pooh now.
Yeah.
Dr. Pooh Flux.
Yeah, what the Fluxy Poos.
Maybe they'll just try and rebrand these the series and these quote specials differently. Yeah, it's Doctor Who, different universe.
Yeah, totally. Doctor Who bad reboot. Pilot
Yeah,
reboot.
Great question in the chat. Honest question, would anyone care if Series 13 is dropped all at once on iPlayer instead of weekly? No, just drop it all on iPlayer.
Yeah, just drop it all at once so we can just like binge it.
So we can binge watch it, move on, and look forward to the RTD era. Yeah, I just want this series. I'm glad that we know it's on now, because now we can begin the countdown to RTD.
Oh, we've got a date, that's true.
Yeah. 31st of October, Halloween night, they're dropping Doctor Who. There you go.
That is so that like this whole thing, every aspect of it reads like a goddamn comedy. Like this is, I've never seen anything like this ever.
Dark comedy.
That's what I said, Bolshek. In all the years that I've been a fan of the show, I've never seen anything like this. And I know there are fans out there, and there is people actually praising this, thinking that this is great bit of marketing. You clearly have no clue. This is the worst bit of marketing I've ever seen for a series of Doctor Who, and Moffat screwed it up when he split Series 6 and 2. That promotion for that era really derailed the whole show, actually. But
2 series he wrote
this
that.
is absolutely rubbish.
Yeah.
So, seriously though, someone said it on the panel earlier on, right? We're not fans of the show. So to us, like, we're taking the piss out of what they're doing, right? Because it's justified, right? Because it is. It's pathetic. But look at the people that have genuinely supported this show. And I'm not talking about the ones that go out and attack fans, but the ones that actually do enjoy Jodie Whittaker's Doctor. Look what they've gotten for promotion during the last 2 years of Doctor Who. Very little, right? I'm telling you, and I think there's a reason behind that, as I said earlier on the panel. You know, you starve everybody from promotion, and then as soon as you release a little teaser or something, it becomes the biggest thing on the planet, because obviously you're not giving anything else. You're not giving anything away in interviews. You're not doing that. And this is what they've gotten. They've gotten 30 seconds altogether. Remember, we got a little teaser at the start, and then we got this one. So we've gotten 2 little teasers and 5 promo photos. That's what they've gotten, right? The people that support this era deserve better. And I mean the genuine fans deserve better. They've been sold short by this man and that woman. And that video that she did today is absolutely spot on. You put that video side to side with a speech that she done in Series 11.
There'll be no change.
No fucking change. She's a fucking plank of wood. She stood fucking still. Right? And even if she was given character development, she wouldn't be able to do it because she's no personality.
She's a mossy stone.
I'm even surprised the woman's married. I'm sorry to comment on her personal life, but I'm surprised she's actually married. Because to me, anytime I see her on screen or see her in interviews, she has a personality where I want to get a frying pan and smack her across the face with it. Right? It's not someone that I want to marry and have kids with.
Yeah, I was just thinking, do you know what would have been a clever bit of promotion to do? They wanted to do this sort of hacking theme, which seemed, like I said yesterday in your chat, the fact that it's glitching, that seems to be the theme, doesn't it? Like, do you know what would have been clever, BBC? Have your new monsters be the ones hacking. Have your new villains, have them in shadow, don't show them completely, but have them be the ones doing the broadcasts. So then fans can at least look, oh, that's the new monster, but we can't fully see it yet. It's in shadow, and that then builds up the sort of, oh, what are they? Are they dangerous? Instead of just having Whittaker do these little snippets. Like like I said, the Flux seems to be either, from that tiny bit we got, they're either like a force responsible for all these villains coming back, or they are a legit being. So have them do the hacks. That would have been the clever move to do here.
See, I think RTD done that quite well for the Christmas invasion. The way the Sycorax came on the television and that.
Yeah,
that's what I mean. Do that theme. If you're going to do this hacking thing, Or like have multiple teasers. Have one be a weeping angel, have one be a Suntaran, and like weekly drop them in the run up.
Yeah.
So have 1 week
Yeah.
be your weeping angels, have your Suntarans, have your whatever. I think there's like you could even have like a master one maybe really near. Like you could you could plan it out like each week, and that would actually build a bit of something.
Yeah.
But it's like they're not that clever.
Apparently, if you ring
Yeah.
that number, someone's posted, if you call 12 times, why would you call it 12 times? Anyway, if you call it 12 times, you get a different message. Mind blown. Ah.
12 times. Maybe it's
No,
12
no,
incoming.
hold on. I'll waste,
Maybe it's
I'll
13
waste,
different
I'll
ones.
waste
Yeah.
10 minutes of my life ringing a fucking number that I'm not interested in. Listen, BBC, right? Bottom line is this, right? We've no interest in this series, only to take the piss out of it. So do yourselves a favour. On the 31st of October, drop the whole thing on iPlayer. So within the next few days, then after that, I could do the whole thing as a review and have me panels, and it's done and over with. Don't drag this out for another 6 weeks.
Bad operation, yeah.
But see, it's clever though, because as I had predicted, I said it. I actually did say it'd be the end of October, the beginning of November. Why? Because the timeline. If you add it up and get it to they're dropping it so it gets to New Year's Day, right?
Yeah.
And we'll have the New Year's Day special. So again, you didn't have to be a rocket scientist. But there you go. I hope William Ahu now is happy, because the poor him and everybody else that's a fan of this era have been absolutely meltdown coming up with their theories and asking for trailers. Well, you got another 20-second teaser. That's how much Chris Chibnall respects you all.
Yeah, that's how much effort he's willing to put in.
20 seconds. So well done. There you go. You've got your promotion now. Series drops now. So drop all your when's the series gonna drop crap and annoying people with your bleeding. Oh, Ollie Alexander's on the one shot, so he's got to be the companion.
See, but no, this sucks, because Halloween night, I like Halloween. I hand out candy. It's a fun time.
Well, you can
You know,
still do
and
that.
Lexi goes as a wolf, so she comes to the store with me and hands
Oh,
out candy.
You can do that.
One year I dressed her up as Little Red Riding Hood, and that will never happen again. But no, it's I love Halloween. Is like my favorite night of the year.
Well, I go out and enjoy it.
I do a horror movie marathon, and eat candy and hand out candy. And this year, it's like if I'll compare this to, I might even do this in a video. So it's like it's Christmas morning. You got all your presents and everything laid out on the tree, and you got drunk Uncle Bob. You don't like Uncle Bob.
No.
Uncle Bob is he's kind of overweight. The night before, Uncle Bob got into the chili and beer a little bit too much, and Uncle Bob's a little bit delirious in the middle of the night, and you're unaware of this, and you're like, "Oh, it's Christmas morning. Yes, I'm gonna get my presents, and it's gonna be awesome. Yay, Santa!" And unbeknownst to you, in the middle of the night, Uncle Bob didn't quite know where things were, and Uncle Bob took a massive runny shit all over your Christmas tree and your presents. That's what it feels like they've done to this Halloween. They have ruined Halloween. We had to watch it.
Well, no, not necessarily.
You can watch it the day afterwards.
You can watch it the next day. You don't have to
Yeah,
ruin
don't
your
let it ruin
Halloween.
your Halloween, mate. Don't.
You don't have to ruin your Halloween. Halloween here in Ireland shit anyway, so I don't mind it.
But then it's still ruined because I know I have to watch it the next day.
It doesn't matter. You're going to be doing it to take the piss out of it, unless you actually secretly will enjoy it, and then.
I had to be honest. I secretly, all this hate, it's been completely fake. I love this era. One of the reasons why you never see me on camera is that my office is filled with nothing but pictures of Jodie Whittaker.
I'd leave
with
it.
love signs. I even got a Jodie Whittaker statue,
I
life-size
wouldn't
statue.
put it past you. One sec, I wouldn't put it past you, man.
Oh, and I've got a bust of Az on my Yaz. Did I say Az? Yaz. I got a bust of Yaz on my desk, and it's very pretty. And Chibs. I have a shrine to Chibs. I had a statue.
Quite a failure.
And it's
I bet it's a puppet with needles in it.
No, man! It's a statue of Chips. He's in my living room. I had it made out of gold. That's where all my savings went. So and every day I get me some flowers and some fruit and stuff. and I do my offering to the great Chibs. So
What is that? A bowl of shit?
yeah, I even got a Chibs head teapot.
So you can. I was going to
Beautiful.
say. I better not say. I was going to say.
Oh
No.
yeah, and just to prove it, so I've also I've brought my love outside. So I've to show my love of this era. I've redone the outside of my house.
Listen,
So I
know he's
replaced the
taking the
siding
piss,
with
but I wouldn't be
rainbows.
surprised if
And,
there's some weirdo out there that actually
there's
has
a massive Jodie head on my front lawn. This big Jodie head. It's almost as big as the house. And I don't do grass anymore. I took the grass away and I replaced it with rainbow Legos. And I also had my car painted rainbows with Jodie on the side. My neighbors are complaining because they say I just they're worried about my obsession.
Right. And if there's actually real weirdos out there that actually do that, I feel sorry for you. But I reckon half of our fans are that obsessed anyway and would have statues and
Can you hear me?
like that.
Oh.
I'm taking over you, real super doctor. Ah! Goodbye.
The fuck?
What was that?
Yeah, you can work on the voice
That's
changes.
supposed to be a Jodie Whittaker impression. Do
Oh,
it again. Do it again.
don't. Sounds like an animal being killed slowly.
Do it again. Say something.
Can you hear me? I just got to take over real super doctor's channel.
Okay, somebody clip that.
I'm gonna go.
I tell you, this
Do a Diane Abbott impression that both sound the
we're only
same.
a few weeks away now, so this is going to be very. This is where now.
We were like 3.
This is where my views shoot up through the roof now. Anytime a series of Doctor Who comes along, because on one hand you have people that are not watching it but want to know what's going on, so we're regular subscribers. But then I always find when there's an era of Doctor Who, especially with Jodie Whittaker, a lot of the fans that like this era, even though like they don't have to watch me, will watch me then so they can bitch and complain about me online. So my views will go through the roof now. For Series 12, every panel that I did had over 1,000 views. So I expect the same, especially for this last full season.
Oh my God.
Well, the day full season, 6 fucking episodes. I mean, we should be licking these boots, polishing these boots and polishing horse boards.
One
And
thing that I did, Noel, that nobody actually noticed. If you notice my new avatar,
I was going to say something.
I put that up purposely because that is representative of the amount of effort that Chibs and Jodie put into this trailer.
Oh, bless.
I do like that avatar. You keeping it?
No, it's not mine. No, it's a temporary thing.
Right.
Because I'm not my new self yet, and I'm not my old self either. I'm some kind of combination of the two selves.
Right. I hate to look at
my two Twitter accounts. I've now developed a split personality. One of them is very happy and cheerful, and the other one is a dumpster fire.
Well, we need to talk about that branding at some point.
Oh yes, and yes, next week. So Lee. So for episode 2, let's just clarify this now because I was really looking forward to this. I was going to have snacks and everything. So for episode 2, so it's going to be next Saturday at 11:30.
Well, I don't know. Depends when Alpha can decide.
Well, have Alpha send me the time himself.
I think that's a good idea this time.
Okay.
But yeah, we can still watch the the first episode.
Okay.
At some point.
Well, why don't you watch the first episode off camera?
Yeah, I can do that.
And then when you're about to do the second one, then go live for the second one.
Yeah.
Oh, we'll do it some day before because this is morning time on a Sunday for grumpy old / former postgrad. See, keep in mind, I'm 5 hours behind y'all.
Yow.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right.
It's only
Colonial.
5 p.m. here.
And we'll fix it. We'll work
Can't
something
get the Earth
out.
to rotate the other way, though. That's the problem.
Well, some people can. fucking time.
Yeah. But
Well-
anyway, so Noel, were you going to ask everybody to rate this teaser?
No, not on this stream. But if you actually want it, then go ahead. I mean,
Minus infinity. There you go.
like, I mean, I'm not even going to give it a rating because it's not. I wouldn't even wipe my ass with it. Like, to be honest, I'd rather use my hand.
I'll
to
give it a
wipe my ass.
grating.
I've just seen the video that they threw up in poor Liverpool. Some people are walking by, Whittaker's face pops up on a big screen.
Terrifying.
I just want to say, me hat
Everyone fluxes everywhere.
all you Liverpoolians. I have to say, all you Scousers, I feel sorry for you. These are going to be tainted by this air Doctor Who, like Sheffield was.
Yeah, and just
Not even
sorry.
They were,
take it much more.
filming in Liverpool. A group of youths started shouting at them in that in European languages.
Oh yeah, and balls. Sorry, not balls. I need to get used to not saying that. Chris, Alpha's in the chat and he just said same time. So I'm guessing
Okay.
that's
Same
the
time,
next
there
one.
you go.
Thanks, Charlotte. Yeah, I don't even know what my name is anymore. I actually have 3 online identities at the moment.
It's
I'll have to get used to.
cultivated media, whatever it is, right? That's his new name.
Balls
Cultivated
Flux.
media.
Balls Flux now.
That actually works well. I may do that for now.
Yeah.
No, don't be changing your name again.
Oh, yeah, and one thing I wanted
is
to
not
bring
going
up,
to work if you keep changing your fucking name every 5 fucking minutes.
The
No,
artist
oh,
falling
that
over
way.
the whole track.
dude, I was Bull's Trek for 14 years.
Yeah, and now you're rebranding, but you can't, while you're rebranding or thinking the name, you come up with several fucking names before
Well, it's because
rebrand.
I'm trying to phase it in. Because if I just changed, since I decided to keep the same YouTube channel, which I hadn't decided to do originally, if I just suddenly changed that overnight, nobody would know who the hell it is. They'd unsubscribe, and then so I gotta do a phase in. I'm like, nope, it's the same person, just different things. So I'm gonna move things. I got a question though. Did anybody see the new Resident Evil trailer?
Not yet.
Okay,
Oh,
so
I've seen
Yeah,
Mr.
I've
H
seen
okay,
tear
well,
it apart.
here's the
I've
thing
seen
that's
it.
quite interesting. So all that the Raccoon City, that was filmed 5 minutes from my house. I watched some of the filming. So yeah, if you want to see what my city looks like, I live in Raccoon City.
Oh, great.
And that underpass that the truck gets blown up at, yeah, I drive through that every day, and they actually had to clean it up to film that.
Wow. Oh, you know
Right,
how
I'm best
you know
to
the,
go, folks, now.
Oh,
okay.
sorry, Charlotte.
Okay,
So it's
sorry,
alright,
sorry.
it's past 10, so I just want to say goodnight and had a fun time. Especially at just taking the mick out of a certain 20 seconds. So that's been fun.
Yeah, it's been fun, I
Finished
suppose.
taking the piss now. I'm going off now to stick my head in some chicken.
Yeah. So have a good one, everybody.
Okay. Yeah.
Take care,
So I'll see you
Charlotte.
tomorrow.
Good night.
Bye,
Vanilla.
man.
See you tomorrow.
Bowles
See you
Track,
tomorrow.
or the artist formerly known as Bowles Track. You know Hellraiser?
Yes.
A lot of the location stuff was filmed down the road from me.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, actually, it was kind of funny because it was kind of coincidental. But there's it's on Netflix now. But there's a horror anthology series called Slasher. I don't know if any of you guys have seen it.
Yeah.
But it's been around for a few years, and just like I think it was around the same day. Actually, yeah, it was 2 days ago. I was watching the first episode of the first season. I'm like, damn, this really looks familiar. And I'm like, that I find the location. I'm like, my God, it was like literally across the corner from where
Yeah.
Lexi and I used to live in our apartment.
Wow.
It's like, oh, so I'm watching this of they're dragging corpses up and down a road that we used to walk on every day, and you can actually they have the back path that was into my old apartment building.
Yeah. You know the scene in Sleepy Hollow where they're going towards the windmill?
Yeah.
Do you know what's behind the windmill?
I'm guessing not a windmill.
No, it's not. What it is, it looks like there's a hill behind it. What it actually is, it's a roundabout going onto the M25.
That would have been that would have been.
So if they seriously looked over that hill, they would just see a roundabout going onto the M25, a lot of traffic and a lot of beeping. Oh. Yeah, that was filmed.
No,
as well.
we're gonna leave it there, folks, because we'll be talking plenty of Flux tomorrow. Jordan Hill, I suppose.
What the Flux we should call it tomorrow?
Out, but terrible marketing.
Yeah.
I have to say.
There you go, Noel. You've got to call it What the Flux now.
Yeah. Well. Yeah.
I said Tardis Zone talks now. What the Flux?
Yeah. What the Flux is right.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, look, plenty of things to talk about tomorrow anyway. Join us for some new Who. We start off with Series 7. I actually forget the first episode of Series 7. We're not doing the special, so where is Series 7?
Oh, we go straight to Series 7.
Oh, the 7th series, there it is. I have it here.
Asylum of the Daleks.
Is
Watching the Impossible Girl.
Yeah, it's Asylum of the Daleks. And then we've got then the week after that, then we've got everybody's favorite episode, Dinosaurs on the Spaceship.
Oh no!
Dinosaurs on a bad script.
I'm pretty sure a lot of people will be missing when that watch along happens. But look, thanks everybody for joining us. Cardrich, thank you for the super chat. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. All the channels will be put in the live chat there. And we will talk to you guys tomorrow. So I'll leave you with Lee's great feckin' trailers. Go and check out his YouTube channel for his great feckin' trailers. See you later. Have a good one. Enjoy his weekend. Don't get too drunk or whatever you're doing this weekend. And always stay safe. Bye-bye.
Thank you.